Suicide protection. If you presume someone is thinking about suicide, obtain help coming from a problems or self-destruction avoidance hotline. Talk to about what happens. In North Carolina, self-destruction avoidance info is posted online coming from the NC State Suicide Prevention Information Center, SUDININFOC.com, or from the North Carolina Department of Health Suicide Prevention Center. Suicide prevention services and services online is also readily available to assist individuals who are experiencing problems with clinical depression, anxiousness, or self-destruction. Attempt the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255. Depression is identified as a mood condition. Other kinds of clinical depression have been discovered to have an identical degree of unpleasant medical end results, as well as neurobehavioral and neuropsychological disorders. In adults, depression is a psychological health condition, indicating a person does not possess the capacity to respond to certain unfavorable stimulations in any of their lifestyle patterns or to stay away from specific problems. The medical diagnosis of clinical depression occurs extra regularly among specific demographics consisting of people with a number of psychological wellness disorders. It may be explained as sensations of sadness, reduction, or rage that meddle along with the individual's day-to-day activities. It might also be explained as emotions of exhilaration and enjoyment, although these symptoms are not always the very same. It might look like an individual who is mentally and emotionally troubled, while experiencing a person, like an unwell individual, or a younger person, or a depressed individual, or a person who experiences from craziness. Record from the Though Clinical Depression and Sorrow Allotment Some Function. Clinical depression is different coming from despair felt after dropping a loved one or despair experienced after a traumatic life celebration. What's essential listed here is that both of these elements overlap. For each styles of unhappiness, the oppressive condition can easily conjure tough sensations of anxiety. Nevertheless, it also sets off additional negative emotions, consisting of anxiousness, e.g., dread or despair, and are afraid of. For the grief states, some people might not also be informed of this truth. Depression usually entails self-loathing or a reduction of self-esteem, while despair usually does not. A lot of men possess difficulties taking care of despair, and it's not uncommon when this variety of circumstance occurs in the loved ones, particularly children. This usually involves some significant anxiety, including monetary struggles and financial troubles. Because trouble has an unfavorable propensity to escalate and frequently leads to the eventual loss of one's love, there might not be an ideal or efficient technique to manage it as an adult. In despair, favorable emotions and satisfied memories of the departed generally go along with sensations of emotional ache. We may interpret this in phrases of temper, disappointment, and temper. The person's emotions might additionally reflect feelings of insufficiency or failing. A person's psychological state may be a feedback to failure or hardship. It may likewise show the person's feeling of entitlement or a feeling that their previous troubles and ill fortunes have forced them back into their existing scenario.